Hello everyone, welcome back to RESHMI'S corner. Today I'm here to discuss about the topic clock. Actually, I'm putting this video on request of a few parents who told me they are worried about introducing the concept time to their little ones. I know it's very hard for the little ones to differentiate between the hour hand, minute hand, how to spot out the time in a clock. So now I'm here to help you with an easier way to spot the time in a clock and how to differentiate an hour hand and a minute hand. So what is a clock? A clock is just an instrument used to measure time. And now what does a clock have? Just have a look at the picture which I have drawn here. This is a picture of a clock. And what all does this clock have? The clock is numbered from 1 to 12 and it has got two hands, which is called the hour hand and the minute hand. Now we are just talking about a two-armed clock, okay, which has a minute hand and hour hand. Now the difficulty for the kids comes when they are asked to differentiate between the minute hand and the hour hand. They get confused. Which is the minute hand? Is it the bigger one or the smaller one? Oh, what is the hour hand? Is that the bigger one or the smaller one? Now to avoid this confusion, I'll tell you an easier way to remember which is the minute hand and the hour hand. Now I have written two words over here. What is that? Minute and hour. Now among these two words, which is the longer word? Minute or hour? Minute is the longer word. So which is the longer hand in the clock? Minute hand is the longer hand in the clock. Now which word is here? Hour. Hour is the shorter word. So which hand is shorter in the clock? Hour hand is shorter in the clock. Isn't it easy to remember? Minute is a longer word, so the minute hand is the longer hand. And hour is a shorter word, so the hour hand is a short hand. So now look at the picture here. Which is the minute hand here? Which is the longer hand here? It is pointing towards 12. So this hand which point towards 12, which is the longer hand, is called the minute hand. And this hand, which is the shorter hand, we call it as the hour hand, and it is pointing towards 7. So this is an easy way to remember which is the minute hand and the hour hand. The longer word minute corresponds to the longer hand of the clock, which is called the minute hand. The shorter word hour corresponds to the short hand of the clock, which is called the hour hand. Now, how do we look at a clock and say the time? How is the minute hand and hour hand related to? When the minute hand takes one trip along the clock, then we say that it has passed 1 hour. So this hour hand takes 1 hour when the minute hand takes one full trip around the clock. Now, when you read a time, at which hand do you look first? You look at the hour hand first, the smaller hand. So now, when I ask you, what is the time shown in this clock? Which hand do you look first? You look first on the hour hand, which is the shortest hand. So which is the hour hand here? The hand which is pointing to 7. And then you go to look for the minute hand. When the minute hand is at 12 and the hour hand point towards 7, then we say the time is 7 o'clock. The time is 7 o'clock. What about the picture here? When the minute hand is pointing towards 12 and the R hand here is pointing towards 4. How do you say the time? The time is 4 o'clock. So here I write the time to be 4 o'clock. Now let's go for one more example. I'm changing the R hand pointing towards 5 and the minute hand the same, which is pointing towards 12. So when I ask you the time here, which hand do you look first? You look for the hour hand. So where is the hour hand pointing here? The hour hand is pointing towards 5 and the minute hand is pointing towards 12. So what is the time here? The time is 5 o'clock. So the time is 5 o'clock. Now let's go to the next clock. I'm changing the hour hand, which is the smaller hand. I'm changing it to 6. So when I ask you what is the time in this clock, which hand do you look first? You look for the hour hand. To where is the hour hand pointing to? The hour hand points to 6 and the minute hand points to 12. So what is the time? The time is 6 o'clock. So easy the concept time is. Just that you have to avoid the confusion between the hour hand and the minute hand. The longer hand is called the minute hand and the shorter hand is called the hour hand. And the best way to remember or avoid the confusion is to look at the words. The word minute is the longer word and so we call the longer hand as the minute hand. And the word hour is a shorter word and so we call the shorter hand as the hour hand. So that is all about the clock. Let's see some other time with some other topic at Reshmi's Corner. Bye.